Here is the blueprint for tutorial number 3. We will be referencing this blueprint throughout the full tutorial. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mastercam training tutorial number 3. As you just saw in the previous slide, that will be the blueprint and the CAD file that we're going to create in this tutorial. As you can see as well, I've already established my grid under configuration and grid settings, and I've changed my wireframe to a dark blue color. This can all be done in step number 1, which is setting up the graphic user interface. I'm going to proceed with step number 2. In step number 2, I need to go up to the top ribbon bar here, select Create, scroll down to Arc, and choose Arc Polar. I will go ahead and change my radius to 5 and hit Enter. This will change my diameter to 10 automatically. Since this value is 0, the start angle, and the value that I need to change it to is 0, I ultimately don't need to change this. However, I do need to select it and hit Enter so it locks in that value. I will then go over to my end angle and select 90 and hit Enter as well. I need to set the center point, and to do so, I'm going to select the origin and hit the Apply button to stay in this command. Now as you can see, I can't see the geometry that I just made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit to screen to find my geometry. From here, I'm going to proceed with the next step. The next step asks me to create another arc polar with a radius of 3.5. Hit Enter. Automatically updates my diameter. Although this is 0, I need to select Enter as well. And for the end angle, I'm going to need to choose 90 degrees and hit Enter. I'm going to select my origin again and hit OK. I can't really see my whole part, mainly because I can't see my origin, so I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm working with here a little bit better. Now, step 3 asks us to create a circle. Go up to Create, scroll down to Arc, and choose Circle Center Point. Change the radius to 0.375 and hit Enter on your keyboard. From here, we will need to select the fast point. Change the fast point to 3.375, separated with a comma, and then 2.125, and hit Enter on your keyboard once this is done. As you can see, the circle is created. Select the OK button. Your drawing should look as shown. If not, delete whatever is faulty and then redo the steps. The next step calls us to create a tangent line to the circle. Go to Create, Line, Endpoint, and make sure that the tangent icon is selected. From here, this will allow us to tangent off a point. Go down to the circle and make sure you're not selecting an endpoint. Do not select this or here. Simply select in between these. Your line should tangent. Sketch your line approximately here. From here, and since the line is still light blue, we are able to change the angle of the line and the distance of the line. I'm going to change the angle of the line to 180 degrees and hit Enter on my keyboard. Your part should look as shown. Select OK. In this step, I'm going to create a fillet. Go to Create, Fillet, Entities, change the radius to 0.75 and hit Enter on your keyboard, and ensure that the style is normal. Select this line first, followed by this line to create your fillet. Once the fillet is done, select the OK button. We will need to X-form mirror this. Highlight the whole part by creating a window around the original geometry, and go ahead and select X-form Mirror. From here, we will be able to mirror this to the bottom portion of our geometry. Select this axis to mirror about the Y or the X axis, and select OK. I can no longer see my geometry in full, so please hit Fit to Screen. As you can see, this was an X-form option, so we will need to select Clear Colors in order to get to our original geometry. From here, we will need to go Create, Arc, Arc Tangent, and we will need to select Arc Tangent to two entities and change the radius to 5. Hit Enter on your keyboard. Select this circle right here, followed by the circle at the bottom. Mastercam will give you many different ways to tangent from these two circles, or these two entities. Select the appropriate line as found in the training tutorials. It should be the line that I'm currently on. Select this and hit OK once you've selected the proper line. From here, we will need to clean up our geometry. Go to Edit, Trim Break, Extend. Select the Trim to 3 entities icon. It is very important that you select the geometry as I'm going to select it and in the order that I'm going to select it as well. Select this line here, followed by the bottom line, and then the arc. You can see that the plus marks will indicate where we're going to trim. Select this. Now, do the bottom. Do the same for the bottom. Select this line, and then select your arc. That should clean up your geometry. Once this is done, select OK. From here, you will be able to X-form mirror along the y-axis. Highlight your part, ensure that it is all selected, select X-form, mirror, and mirror about your y-axis, and select OK once this is complete. As you can see, we have copied the geometry correctly. It is still this magenta and red color, so you will need to go ahead and clear your colors. Now that we're back to our original geometry, we can proceed with the next step. Go to Create, and scroll down to Ellipse. Change this value to 3, and change the height to 1.5. Hit Enter on your keyboard. From here, you will select OK after selecting the origin. Then you will select OK. From here, we will need to X-form offset this. Go to X-form and scroll down to offset. Select this line here and indicate the offset direction on the inside of the part. You can see that things didn't really change here, as we need to input new values. Change the distance to 0.25 and hit Enter on your keyboard. Make sure there is only one geometry that you are copying over. And select OK to exit the dialog box. Again, since we used an X-form option, we will need to clear our colors. The next step, we want to add some text on the inner portion of the part. To do so, we're going to change our color to be a different color to not confuse it with our geometry. Select color number 12, or the red color, and hit OK. Now that our geometry is created, we will go ahead and select Create, scroll down to Letters, and select Letters. We'll be able to change the font style, the size, and the font itself in this category here. Typing T on my keyboard will allow me to snap to the T section and select Times New Roman. From here, I will also select the bold font style and make the size 10. I will select the OK button when I'm suitable for all these parameters. Select OK. Type in Mastercam. From here, we could change our parameters, and we could change the height to 0.5 and also the spacing to 0.05 and hit enter on our keyboard. Select the OK button when this is done. After selecting the OK button, Mastercam is asking us to enter the starting location of the letters. I'm going to move the letters to the off side here in order for me to move them directly into the center point of my origin. From here, I will select Fit to Screen so I could see everything that I've just created, being the part and Mastercam itself. In the options, simply go to Create and select the bounding box. Create a window around Mastercam. Once Mastercam is selected, press Enter on your keyboard or End Selection up at the top. Now that the bounding box dialog box has appeared, we can customize what we want to see in our dialog box. The purpose for me highlighting Mastercam and putting Mastercam over here was so that I could find the center point of Mastercam. Select Center Point and toggle off Lines and Arcs. Also, make sure that the shape is rectangular. From here, I'm going to go ahead and select OK to exit out of the bounding box. You can see that I've created a circle center point in Mastercam to identify its exact center point where the text is. From here, I'm going to go to Xform, Translate. Mastercam prompts me to select entities in order to translate. I'm going to go over to the Quick Mask Color option along the far right hand side and choose QM Color. Now in Mastercam I could tell it to only select the color red in order to highlight all of this text as opposed to highlighting any of the dark blue geometry that I have on the left hand side. I'm going to go ahead and select OK or Enter to end my selection. Now that I have the whole thing selected, I will hit Enter on my keyboard as this is what I want to translate. From here, I'm going to move this text and I'm going to select From and To. From and To will allow me to grab the circle center point of Mastercam and then bring it over to my origin. In order to grab the exact middle and that point where we just created, I'm going to zoom in so I could see it a little bit better. I'm going to grab this circle center point right here, and I'm going to translate it after fitting it back to my screen. I'm going to select my origin. You can see that when I move Mastercam, it is in the dead center of the circle. And I will hit OK. Now I will clear my colors. What I don't want in Mastercam is the point anymore, as it's no longer useful. I will go over to the side and select Quick Mask Points. This will grab all the points in Mastercam for me, and I will hit Delete on my keyboard. The point should disappear. After this is completed, fit to your screen and go to File, Save As. Pick a location where you can find it easily and save it as Tutorial number 3 and hit the Save button.